What's up, everybody? How's it going? Jimmy Redbeard here. Got Mr. Ego over there. We got Mr. Big D's Card and Collectibles down in there. We got the Beast and the Beauty, Fire Starter, Ball Scratcher, Bloomer, non-bloomer wearing guy down there. So I don't know what his name is these days, but it's John. So I hope everybody's hopefully everybody's having a good evening. Good to see everybody. Starting to work my way back into my channel a little bit. So we're going to do like a podcast kind of thing tonight, roundtable discussion. Everybody's welcome to join in with exceptions. Now I get to pick who wants to come in because I'm doing, like I said, this is my first stream back. I don't want no crap started. So anyway, if anybody wants the link, feel free to send me an email, redbeardbreaks88@gmail.com, and I'll let you on. I'll get it. And waiting on a few people to come in. I know Adam said he may come in, if he has time.
We got to get Father Time in here to show off his new
Father Time.
Yes.
Steve is in the chat, though. He says hello to the turd in the lower left.
Oh, hey. Drunken grandfather I wish I never had.
We got
talking about you.
We got 11 people in here so far. So guys, do me a favor. Make sure you hit the like button for us. It really helps the channel.
Hit the like button or I'm blocking you.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Right.
Okay. Alan, give me just a second. I'll get that over for you, my man. Be more than happy to have you.
Hey, Joe, how you doing?
Me and Fuego are going to block people tonight.
I'm not fast enough at it. I'm just going to watch. I'll let the pros do it. I'll probably be the one blocked.
All right.
Diamond Princess, how's it going?
Little diamond action. How you doing?
Little Diamond. Hey, Diamond, what's going on? Thanks for coming in.
Matty Ice.
Matty Ice.
So, before we get going, hey, some crazy football today, huh? Oh, man. A lot of great endings to games. My Vikes won. Overtime.
Hey, Ryan, how's it going, buddy?
What's up, Ryan? Congratulations on your new job, brother.
All right.
Yeah, congrats, Ryan. You'll be making the big bucks now, man.
Yep.
Here we go. What's up, Alan?
Hey, what's up,
Alan?
Alan.
Howdy, howdy.
Swing Away Sports, how you doing?
Hey, what's up, Clinton? Yeah, man, I have been working my butt off on shipping. You can ask everybody. I've been getting stuff out. I do have yours right here, Clinton. I got some extra Giants cards I'm throwing in for you. Should be out next week. I've been working my butt off on it. Alan, I think yours went out as well. I sent a bunch out yesterday. Alan, yours went out yesterday, I know for sure.
No problem.
Maddie.
What up, Maddie?
Like I said, guys, I did have to take a break from the channel dealing with a bunch of issues and a lot of other stuff. So I just started a new job, which is going awesome, by the way. And okay. Big D's still here. And Diamond, hopefully everything's going well for you. See, you still do a lot of stuff on your channel. So what we're going to do tonight...
Well, Jimmy?
Yeah, it's great, man. We're actually just starting to slow down a little bit. I kind of got through to the Wolves when I started there because we had some people getting shuffled around because of promotions and stuff. But yeah, doing great now. It's a really great job that they treat you like a human being there. That's the main thing.
Awesome. That's what matters.
I get a lot more time off if I want it. And what's up, Mountain Family Cards? What's going on?
Hey, Mountain Family.
So we're going to have a kind of like a roundtable discussion tonight on several things. I guess we'll get it kicked off here in just a couple seconds with, let's see, where we want to start. I guess we can start off with trade and signings and free agency so far this year. Get our guesses in who's going to land where. Like I said, this is going to be kind of a roundtable discussion. You guys in the chat, be sure to give me your opinions. If you have somebody that's on your team that's free agent, give me a guess where they're going to go. So we'll kick
real
it.
quick though, Jimmy. I don't mean to rain in on your parade, but maybe you can answer this logical question for me. Say you are owner of a World Series team, right? They just won.
Yes.
Are you gonna get rid of any of your front office, like literally fire them?
Like your general manager?
Right?
Something like that's just happening.
That's a good one. No, I wouldn't. And I did see that with the Astros. I'm like, really?
Something must have happened backstage that led to that firing.
More trash cans?
Who
Is
knows?
that too soon?
Whatever it was, he peed in somebody's Cheerios.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's interesting. It'll be interesting to see where that guy ends up too. Somebody's gonna snag him.
Oh yeah, for sure. So I guess
it's gonna be interesting with the Astros is where's Verlander going?
Glad you brought that up, but I'm gonna let Jimmy take the ride here, and then once the Yankees come up, then we'll go ahead and let the beans start.
I was surprised he did not resign.
Yeah, so am I. Verlander. You know what? Let's stay on that topic. Go ahead, Alan. I'll let you start us off with where do you think Verlander will end up if he ends up anywhere?
It's hard. There's a lot of rumors that he's looking at New York, which I would love to have him there. But I don't understand. There must be something going on in the front office. I mean, if you're firing the general manager and you just won a World Series and now you're not even re-signing, something's going on there.
Probably just an overall toxic environment.
Yeah. But
I mean,
What's up, Joe?
if he goes ahead and leaves, where's that lead everybody else starting to go?
Because you have Verlander leaving a World Series team, and at the same time, let's look at DeGrom too. He's already expressed interest that he's willing to go to Texas Rangers.
yes. Yeah.
If he's looking at getting a World Series ring, Texas is not the place to be.
No.
Unless it's Houston. But I think if he's trying to go to Texas, he's trying to get that last fat paycheck and just ride out of the sun because he's done.
Yeah, Texas is known for that.
Last fat paycheck.
No, I agree 100% with you. With all the World Series scandal too, and all that. I mean, that that's still a big factor to a lot of these players. I'd imagine getting booed and stuff. I don't know, man. I'm going to throw this out there. I wouldn't be opposed to seeing Verlander go back to Detroit for one season or a couple seasons. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing that myself. I'm sure Freddie wasn't either. I know Freddie's not here, but maybe somewhere like that. Somebody's going to pay him a pretty decent contract.
Definitely.
He still got it.
Hell, Pujols did it. He started with the Cardinals. He finished it with the Cardinals.
I could see Verlander going to like San Diego or one of those teams who are on the cusp.
I was sort of thinking
jumping money.
A warmer season climate, like a lot of the older guys like to go to.
Yeah.
He ain't coming up here to Minnesota, I'll tell you that.
So is he going to win the Cy Young?
Ooh.
I think
I truly believe he is.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think they'll give it to him because of who he is.
Yeah.
Oh, that
That's all
too.
they are anyways.
His numbers prove it too.
Yeah, he's pretty solid.
Yeah.
You look at the Silver Slugger Awards.
Yeah, I saw those.
They're a joke.
One twin with the utility, Reyes.
And Lawkin, like I said, we'd love to have your participation in the chat for sure. Lawkin says Verlander's just looking for one last payday like Scherzer. I agree.
Yep, definitely.
Also,
Yeah, but sure they're going to retire after this year?
I doubt it.
He ain't gonna. He'll probably pull a Wainwright. He'll go through the whole retirement motion. After the 2023 season is over, then he'll announce on the offseason, I'm gonna make one last comeback.
There
Hey,
you
what's
go.
up, man?
And there you go. Ped says maybe he disrespected the wrong person. So who knows? Baseball is one of those fickle sports. All right, so we're going to kick it off. Mr. Enfuego, now we probably all know where you're going to go with this, but on the free agent signings or free agency, what player do you think is where you think they're going to land? One player.
Well, I'm sure right now the biggest priority that the Yankees are going to have is re-signing Judge. Okay. And in my opinion, and I don't know, maybe I'm the only one that heard it, but Judge has already announced that he is not going to take no less than $300 million. Okay. And I could see that. I see him.
Expect it either.
I mean, I think right now, and whoever actually follows him can correct me, but if I'm not mistaken, the highest position player is Mike Trout currently.
Yes.
I think Trout is getting like 325, 350, something like that. I don't know. I would think, or the average person would think, Judge would want to be somewhere in that ballpark with Trout because of his season that he had, but he's not even doing that. Okay. And a couple of things Judge has against him in a way. He came up late, he's 31 now. He came up when he was 26. The season that he just had is not consistent. I mean, I'm almost guaranteed he's going to have a boo-boo season in 2023. But, I mean, if they keep him, a couple of things the Yankees going to have to do. They got to get rid of their bad apples first, and I think I've made it known quite a few times. Get rid of Higgy, get rid of Donaldson, Chapman, IKF, and Marwin Gonzalez, and hell, let's throw Hicks in the mix.
You're naming all former Twins.
You take all that salary and invest it into a nice package for Judge and offer him the title of captain. You really can't go wrong. There's really no further additions that are priority minus re-signing your potential MVP.
The other question, though, on that is the other free agents that the Yankees are looking for, do they fall in place after Judge signs, or does Judge sign after the others fall in place?
Look at this legend. What up, Ryan?
Well, I mean, that's a tough one because look what happened with Rizzo. I think the only way he's going to re-sign is if Judge comes back.
Right.
So I think if once Judge is re-signed, then all the parts will just start forming around Judge.
Yeah, but I don't think Judge is going to sign until like February.
Oh, he's going to hold out to the bitter end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's the funny thing, though, Mountain Family. Hal's already spoken to Judge quite a few times, and he went on. He had an interview with I forgot. She's my future ex-baby mama, Meredith Marakovich.
Yes.
And Hal basically said, we're gonna do whatever it is that we can to re-sign Judge.
Yeah.
So doesn't matter what Cashman says.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, dude, it's up in the air on Judge. We'll be definitely talking more about that.
Because, besides Judge, what was the other biggest off-season trade that made this magnitude? The first one that comes to my mind is Manny Machado.
Yeah.
Soto.
I'm talking about, off-season.
Soto was during the season.
Yes, he's during the season.
Yeah, it was Machado.
Would be it.
Everybody was waiting. Who are you going to sign with? To be determined.
So you don't think Sanchez and Urshela for IKF and Donaldson?
No.
No.
Yeah, we'll trade you back.
$300 million, but how many years?
I'm thinking 7.
I'm thinking
Yeah.
8 years.
7, 8. I'd do that in a second.
Yeah.
It's about what an average star player is getting.
Yeah.
Hell, I
I
don't
mean,
know.
it's under the
if
40
they're
million a
saying-
year.
If
Some
they
teams
say-
are getting those
Yeah.
longer contracts, man. 10 years.
Yeah. He'll be
Well, that's what they're
39
saying,
when the contract ends. So
They're saying free agency, $500 million over 10 years, all guaranteed. Is what
I'd
he
say
could hit.
lock him down for that price for 12. He'll retire a Yankee. There you go. End of story.
you can pull a Mets and pay him until freaking 2022.
Bobby Bo, huh?
Yeah.
Well,
Give
Diaz just did it too.
Pay him till 2076.
Yeah, Diaz is paying for
Another-
quite some.
Another Ken Griffey Jr. and all them.
Yeah.
Just keep paying somebody when they're not even playing anymore.
So, John the Beast, how about you? One player that you think where are they going to end up? Or
I'm going to go with Trey Turner to the Phillies. That's where I see him.
Wow. Trey
Yeah,
Turner?
if Phillies want him, I think they're going to get him.
All right.
I
What do you
don't
guys
see
think about
too
that?
Interesting.
I think that's a possibility.
I think it'd be a good fit.
Yeah. I mean, I'd love to see him back with the Nats, but that ain't going to happen.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Is anybody going back to the Nats?
No.
No, nobody likes to finish last place.
We're going to be pulling up our whole minor league system next year to play.
Sometimes they do good.
And have the high school teams in your minor
Yeah.
leagues? Okay.
Yes.
So I'm going to be honest with you here. I mean, since we're on Trey Turner subject, I could see Turner going to somewhere like Atlanta. I'm not going to lie to you. I could see him in Atlanta. I don't know. Who knows if they're going to sign Dansby again? Who knows what they're going to do?
I wouldn't be surprised if the Yankees try to scoop him up because we just released Tim LeCastro. And he was the fastest. He was top 5, the fastest guys in the league.
All right.
Yeah, possible.
Yeah.
Well, you got
Yeah.
possibly Bogarts going to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
no
what
worries.
my pick eventually was going to be, talking about my Braves and the shortstops. So, I don't think they're going to sign Dansby. It's going to be the same thing with Freddie Freeman. They passed Freeman last year and got a younger Freddie Freeman with Matt Olson, basically 4 years to play. So I think they upgrade in the shortstop position too. Dansby's going to want too much money. We're going to move on past him. We're going to sign one of these big-time free agent shortstops, and there's plenty out there with Correa even.
Yeah, Correa.
You guys can have them.
Yeah.
Well, the first move that happened, the Pirates picked up G-Man Choi from the Rays.
Saw
Yep.
that. Yep. For minor league players.
Yeah.
My other one would be Drury. I'm not exactly sure where he's going to end up, though.
Oh, and the Rangers and the Braves pulled out a trade. They did a swap for Odorizzi and Colby Allard.
Are we getting Kobe back?
Yeah.
Yeah, Allard's back to the.
Oh,
back
really?
to the Braves.
Sweet. I got a bunch of autos of him.
Yeah.
On the Braves.
Odorizzi was Odory.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a twin at one point too. I know him.
Glad to see him on.
Speaking of that G-Man,
all right for us.
that G-Man Troy trade, that was a good pickup for the Pirates.
It was.
The Pirates, and they're going to be. I mean, they're not going to be a playoff team next year, but I'm telling you, they're coming. They have a lot of players coming up, and that's just I mean, that was a good move. I mean, they pretty much got Troy for nothing. Troy's pretty good.
Yeah. I was happy he went to Pittsburgh just because every time the Yankees play him, he beats us around.
Yeah.
Right.
And then
Every
Cruz
time.
needs
I'm
to
like,
wake
come
up.
Yes, he does.
All
Here's
right.
one for you, Jimmy. Do the Reds end up trading Ellie for somebody good?
You know what? I don't think so. I will tell you why, because I don't know though. You know how the Reds are, just like the Pirates. I mean, they groom players and then they trade them off. But I think we're going to see Ellie come up after the All-Star break. But I do think that the Reds are going to go after a shortstop because we got some money to play with right now. We just got speaking of off-season trades, we just got Nick Solak from the Rangers.
From the Rangers, yeah.
So that was a really good signing by the Reds, I think. He could play outfield or second base or infield. So I'm excited about that.
While y'all shut down Mike Minor's option,
Well, I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it at that. But
Now, he was a former Brave.
yeah, back in the day, he had some good stuff, man. It's just one of those things. His career's kind of fizzling down, and his arm's not what it used to be. But yeah, I could see the Reds going out and making some kind of splash, not a big splash, but maybe trying to sign a shortstop or something this season.
And not that I want to take up the time, but the other two are Bellinger and Kershaw. Do they stay in
Kershaw already re-signed 1 year.
did he?
Kershaw,
Yeah,
yep,
Kershaw.
$20 million for 1 year. Yep.
Yep.
And then Volpe might get the call next season.
Yeah.
I think he will.
I think so.
Yeah.
What, over Dominguez? Come on.
Yeah.
I think we'll see Volpe in probably. I'll go May, maybe beginning of June.
Yeah.
Yeah. They have to fill in for the shortstops spot.
Yeah. Because right now, if we get rid of IKF, I mean, no, not disrespecting him, but Glaber can't really do it. He's not proficient at short either.
Yeah. Peraza.
The one thing I like about Peraza, you could put him anywhere and he
Yeah.
could play it, no issues. And he's fast.
Yeah.
So I think he'll just be a space filler until we actually get somebody who is a permanent shortstop.
Yeah.
And then you've also got Soto. Does he stay with the Padres, or they trade him off after the season he had?
I think they're going to keep him.
I think it depends on, in my opinion, on Soto. I think it depends on what kind of production they get out of him. But in my opinion, I think after Tatis comes back, I think a really exciting team to watch with all those big players on that team. Now, I think San Diego is going to focus more on pitching more than anything. Now they need to.
Yep.
When does Tatis come back?
They're looking at the latest May.
Yeah.
May, yeah, April, late April, May, yep.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the Padres just re-signed their reliever on a 5-year, $46 million deal.
Suarez?
That's a lot.
Robert Suarez.
Yeah,
he's
Robert
one of the better
Suarez, yep. So, Big D, what do you have as far as one free agent? Who do you pick?
We'll go back to Correa here because I'm the Twins guy. You know, okay, I saw earlier he had pinned he's gonna go to the highest paying place, and I agree with that right away, right there. And I have a feeling Twins are gonna panic and be that team and dump all that money on him. I have a feeling just to bring him back maybe for another year or two. It's just, to be honest with you, he did all right for us, but I didn't think he's worth the 30-some million we paid him.
Right.
And we got so many prospects and young guys who could come and fill up in the infield there. It's just like, why
you guys are declining options for everybody too.
Yeah, well, Sano really never did anything.
And
Sano would hit one home run really hard every year. They'd talk about it, and then you never hear about him again.
Well, at least he's still hitting home runs, though.
Not Ronnie. He's supposed to be so much more than he is. I'm the guy with a bunch of 101s and rookie patch autos, and so I want the best for him. But man, it's not Minnesota. But yeah, they're dropping guys. Didn't they drop Bundy too? He's another one we said see ya too, and it's just like, it's Minnesota though. We don't really spend money. But yeah, I don't see us really picking anybody up either, unless, like I said, they panic purchase and go after Correa and bring him back. Because he said in an interview, he's like, "Hey, I'm here already. Come out and pay me like you want me to be here." So
imagine this, D. What if they go in the opposite direction and be like, "Oh, well, Correa, whatever," and then they're gonna be like, "Oh, well, we're going to Turner."
No, they won't do that. They'll say, "Oh, see you later. We'll work within the house."
Okay.
That's what they'll do. But we got a few prospects who should be all right, like that Royce Lewis, if he can stay healthy.
I think Correa has hope of signing back with the Astros.
That's fine. As long as he's off our books. He was here. I appreciated him here, but it's just like he didn't have no $30 million season.
Where would he play there? They got Pena now.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Hey, what's up, Daniel?
I could see him going to the Yankees.
No,
I could.
There was talk of it.
Yeah, there was talk of it, but I don't think Hal's going to go for that one.
No, because he's at best he's going to be a filler.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't think Correa's looking for a filler job.
No.
He wants money.
Yeah.
He's going to probably. I wouldn't be surprised if he think he's actually better than Pena.
Could be.
That the only reason why he landed the MVP for the championship and World Series was because there was nobody else there.
How's it going, James? And yeah, I agree. Everybody has good points. This is why I'm going to do this. So I plan on doing this once a week where we have a roundtable like this. So it might not be every Sunday. I'll pick a day when we'll do it. But this is why I'm doing this. That way we can get some excitement built up and, talk about the signings every week. So I'm going to go down here to Mr. Adam. Adam, how about yourself? One player, and where do they go?
Well, I sit there and got my thunder stolen a little bit by the Beast, the artist formerly known as the Beast. Now,
yeah, I like that.
Our breaks, which I heard that Bogarts is going to be going to Braves, so that's my pick, and I think that would be like a solid pick for us. So I would be giddy as all get out if we got that guy. And just to throw another little bug out there, earlier in the year when DeGrom was talking about as well too, I sat there and think DeGrom might sit there and want to be a Braves too. He sat there and mentioned he wouldn't mind being a Braves when he made some kind of comment. What are places that you wouldn't mind playing if things don't work out for you? And Braves was one of his. So I would love to have Win healthy, probably a top 3 pitcher, definitely in the major league. So
yeah.
Oh yeah. I still don't understand what Boston is doing right now, though. They're top players. They're not signing them.
Boston don't know what Boston's doing.
No, they're worried about how much clam chowder you can sell at the next game.
Yeah,
but,
huge mistake getting rid of Mookie.
Yeah.
I never understood that, and then they're going to lose Bogarts.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know.
What's Devers right after him?
So next, before I bring up our Chuck here, so I did want to send Chuck a big thank you. Chuck just sent me a very nice card, and also I did want to share these with you. So Chuck sent me a Chuck 1 of 1. Nice. So I appreciate that, Chuck. I love this card, man. It's right here in the PC. And then I want to say a big congratulations. Him and his fiancee Wilma just got engaged back on October 8th. So I want to say a big congratulations to you and Wilma both, Chuck.
Thank you.
It's awesome, man. I'm so happy for you. So, Chuck, I do want to ask you, man. Look at that. What about you, Chuck? One player. I know you're wondering about Abreu, I'm sure, but
I was going to say Abreu. I hope they bring him back, but also if we lose him, honestly, it's not the end of the world. I mean, Andrew Vaughn's going to be ridiculous.
I mean, you guys are stacked, but are not really showing it because y'all got Tim.
Well, I got to be honest.
Bob.
Honestly, I think our best pickup so far has been our new manager.
Okay.
And I love La Russa. He's probably my favorite White Sox manager in history.
Uh-huh.
But that's the word, history.
Right.
He was not. They should have never brought him back this year. For these last couple years. The game has changed too much for him, and it's not the game that he knows anymore.
Well,
you're right.
You can't even really say that because Showalter has been in just as long as he has. And he's adapted well.
So Showalter has been through. La Russa had some time off. The game changed a lot in that time off.
Yeah,
La Russa Showalter was there throughout it.
Yeah,
so he could adapt. Where the big change, it was just.
Yeah, La Russa came in old school.
Yeah, and it just don't work no more. I love the old school. It just don't work.
Yeah.
Now, I will say, I mean, I know we're talking free agency, but honestly, I think one thing to watch for the Sox, Sean Murphy. I think we're going to make a run at a trade.
Oh,
I've been hearing a lot of that, and I totally and I'm cool, and I'm totally cool with that because we definitely need an upgraded catcher.
That would be a sleeper of a trade.
And
Yankees were talking about Sean Murphy as well.
Yeah, I mean, I like our pitching staff. I mean, I wouldn't mind a little bit better in the bullpen.
However,
Speechless.
But and just from what we were talking about earlier, don't sleep on Dylan Cease for Cy Young.
okay.
I mean, I do agree. I think Verlander will take it, but I think it's going to be damn close.
I mean, our old hitting coach just got selected to be a manager. I forgot what team, but I would be genuinely happy if Mattingly does sign to be the hitting coach.
I hope it's Mattingly for the Yankees hitting coach.
Yeah,
I'm rooting for Mattingly to go back to the Yankees.
Me too.
Donnie deserves to be there.
Yes. Matter of fact, he deserves to be the manager. But I'd like to see him go back as a hitting coach because, dear God, he's got so much he can teach.
Yeah, definitely.
When the opening's there for the next step up, man, he just drops.
And then he could probably put his foot in Aaron Boone's fourth point of contact. Hey, stupid, you may want to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna. And that awesome, Chuck. Thank you again, man, for being here tonight and some great input. Alan.
Oh man, there ain't no plan on running. Come on.
And Alan. So, what about you? One player signing?
I'm still looking for Judge to sign with the Yankees. I mean, they have the.
I don't think he's going anywhere.
I don't think he's going anywhere. There is that pull for the Giants, so.
Yeah, but they just signed Jock Peterson for 1 year, $20 million. That takes a lot of the money away. Was that today or yesterday?
Yesterday, I think.
Yeah, I don't think.
But I really want the Yankees to re-sign Rizzo. I like Rizzo.
I think Larkin was saying Tampa Bay's making a run for Rizzo.
Yeah, I like Rizzo, especially with the short porch.
Yeah.
I think he's a great fit.
I think Rizzo goes. I think he leaves, to be honest. Unfortunately for you guys.
Yeah.
But we have a number of players we can fill his spot. I just like him.
But we don't have many left-handed batters that can fill his spot.
No.
Because Hicks is trash. What other left-hander we have?
I think
Raptor we just got rid of. Cabrera, he can switch.
Yep, Cabrera's a switch hitter.
And we had Rizzo. So.
Oh, there you go, man. It's going to be interesting. I can't wait to see I would say right around Christmas time, we're going to start getting some big free agent signings.
Why are you still flexing your red ring there, Jimmy? Are you trying to prove a point?
No, maybe not this season, but we're coming eventually, hopefully. But
what year is that, Jimmy?
This one is
70?
1800 and something.
Yeah, 1800. No, this is 75.
35.
Pete Rose. Yeah. So my pick, it's not a red. We don't have really any big free agents we're losing this year. But my pick is going to be DeGrom. I am going to go out on a limb here because DeGrom's made it known that he don't want to play for the Mets next year or this season. So I don't think the Mets are going to – I don't know. Who knows? Maybe he will stay with the Mets, but I highly doubt it. So I'm going to go –
The Mets are focused on keeping Nimmo, and I forgot the other name.
You know where I'm going to go? I'm going to go with Tampa Bay. I'm going to go – DeGrom's going to go to Tampa Bay, 2-year deal.
Okay.
Tampa's going to give him some money.
Even if he says that he's interested in the Texas Rangers?
Maybe. I don't know if the Rangers, with all their I don't know though. They might have a lot of money to deal with, but they spend a lot of money.
There's the interest that he might have, and what a team's going to pay him. That's going to check him down.
I don't know if the Rangers necessarily has the money to spend.
This is
because I think DeGrom might go over there and is open to attack a pay cut.
Possibly.
Okay.
DeGrom to the Dodgers.
DeGrom to the Dodgers.
Think about it, because I think Bauer's gone now. I think they're out of that contract.
Okay, DeGrom
They
goes
got
to
a crap load of
DeGrom
money
goes to
opened up.
LA. Then you're gonna have a toss-up between Kershaw and DeGrom as who's gonna be considered the ace.
I think
It's got to be Kershaw.
only going to be on a 1-year contract, just like these
Yeah, 1 or
re-signs.
2 years. That's enough. Well, because I mean, honestly, he's going to be retiring soon anyway. Both of them, they've been hurt and so much. They're both on the tail end of their careers, anyways. Honestly,
that brings up another thing. Does anybody
Kershaw
sign?
going more than 2 or 3 years maximum?
Does anybody sign Bauer?
Yes.
I mean, he's still got a year on the.
I see him going somewhere.
Honestly, I won't get into the whole thing with Bauer, but you know what? I think any team would be stupid not to consider him. He's still a good pitcher.
DeGrom has only been pitching since 14.
What he does off the field is, that's his thing. But I think a team would be stupid not to consider him, and I think all 30 teams would consider him. He's obviously going to come really dirt cheap though for 1 year.
Oh, good. That means we can pick him up.
Yeah. So I honestly though, I mean, like I was saying, DeGrom to Tampa Bay, just for the sole fact Tampa Bay is making a push for the playoffs. Obviously, every year it don't matter. Like they're playing this game, they're just playing. I mean, I'm serious. Like I could see that, but it may not happen. I mean, you got Wander Franco; he's going to come back healthy.
We said that last season.
I know you got Rosarena.
Everybody in Franco, it cracks me up.
All these guys. I mean, they did lose Corey Kluber, so they are going to need more pitching.
Well, I mean, DeGrom has only been in the league now for 8 years, and he's already broke down this bad.
Yeah.
If he decides to hang it up now, his chances of Hall of Fame are. It ain't gonna happen.
He pretty much needs a couple more years of good, of solid, to solidify him for the Hall.
Because I think right now he's trying to play it real safe and conservative. Yeah. Let me just go ahead and sign up for 1-year deals, and then come my 10-year mark, I'm done. Because all you need is 10 years to be eligible for the Hall of Fame.
Right. Disappeared on that field.
He just disappeared.
Is that
so? I mean,
I was just looking up. It looks like the Nats might be.
Got a few years left, but
who?
Not a lot. DeGrom.
I say he has maybe, and I'm pushing it, maybe 2.
Yeah, 2 to 3 absolute maximum.
Mm-hmm. And Kershaw is not far behind.
Yeah, Kershaw. Honestly, Kershaw next year, maybe 2024.
Mm-hmm.
What about Bueller?
Oh, Bueller's still got a few.
Yeah, he's got maybe around 5.
Yeah, I'd say
max
5 to 7 for Bueller. Maybe even longer.
So Huddle is saying that Tampa Ray's payroll is $25 million for the entire team. So no way that they're going to pay Jake $40 million a year.
And what's he guaranteed with the Mets this year? 32, I think, was a guarantee.
Somewhere around there.
This year. Yeah, I don't know, man. It would be nice to see him end up in somewhere like Tampa Bay, but yeah, you're right. It's probably not going to happen. But
I don't want to see him in Tampa Bay.
No. But yeah, it's going to be a crazy offseason.
I want to see him in a White Sox uniform. Come on.
There you go.
That'll never happen, but come on.
Yeah, I'm a Twins fan. I don't need him up here. That's too much money.
Does Eloy stay with the White Sox, or do they trade him off? Eloy.
Dear God, I hope we get rid of him.
Oh.
I can't. Oh my God, man, that guy makes my head hurt every single year.
You also have good old Tim Anderson.
Oh, that guy, man, God, he cracks me up. That's why. Oh God, where in the heck is it? Wherever it is? But that one card that just came out, what was it? Was it Fire? Oh God, the flipping out or whatever it was.
The flipping out, yeah.
I had to get that card. I mean, I used to like Tim Anderson. After this past year, I have lost every ounce of respect I've had for him. But I had to get that card. That card is just too funny.
You can offer that to him, Joe, but I don't think he's going to want to take it.
Man, that's going to be interesting to see where he ends up. All right, so the next topic, like I said, we're going to do this once a week. So next week we'll be looking if there's any more big signings. I'll be keeping track of that as well. So the next subject we're going to get into is the some of the rule changes for next year. So the first one that I kind of want to touch on is the pitch timer. So with this new pitch timer, from my understanding, this is what it says. It says there's going to be a 30-second timer between batters. Also, between pitches, there's going to be a 15-second timer with the bases empty. Now, a 20 with runners on base. They've experimented with this in the minor leagues. Now, a couple other points here is the pitcher must begin his motion to deliver the pitch before the time clock expires. Now, if he doesn't, it's going to be an automatic ball. Now, and also batters must be in the box and alert to the pitcher by the 8-second mark, or else be charged with an automatic strike. So that, yeah.
I was just going to ask, what does it mean if the batter's delaying the game? But yeah.
Yeah, and also with runners on base, the timer resets if the pitcher attempts a pickoff or steps off the rubber. So, what are your guys' thoughts on that? That's just a few points. There's more stuff on it here, but
I think there's going to be a lot of missed ones by the umps.
I agree with Steve. It's good, but won't save enough time to really matter.
It won't.
No.
To me, the art and the science of the game is being robbed when you're trying to change the rules just to please the quote market. To me, that's why I love baseball, is the science behind it, so on and so forth. The art of trying to get the batter out of the pitcher, or the batter trying to hit, and so on and so forth.
The art of trying to shake somebody off.
Yeah, it's all part of the game.
Get them guessing. I understand what they're doing with the timer. I don't agree with it. It's not going to make a difference in the time of the game.
Well, think about it like this. I mean, I personally don't think it's going to really work, because I forgot which teams was it, but I think they went damn near 18 innings last season.
Mm-hmm.
You know
what you're talking about, yeah.
Yeah.
The pitch time is really not going to matter. I mean, worst case scenario, they can delay an entire at-bat or an entire inning, but you're really not going to shorten it as much.
Right.
So I guess it's all situation dependent, really.
I don't think it's going to be that much of a difference anyways. It's going to – because a lot of these players, they're getting their pitches by then anyways.
Mm-hmm.
It's not – I don't understand why they chose this as a rule, because it's such a small parameter that affects only certain players.
Right.
And a batter trying to call a timeout when a pitcher's in his windup is kind of like them calling a timeout before they kick a field goal to throw off the kicker.
Yep.
It's part of the game. You're trying to throw off that pitcher.
Well, what I can see with this too is, every pitcher's different. So, everybody's windup's different. Everybody does routines on, before they throw a pitch, different stretches, all that. So I think that's going to throw off some of the pitchers and teams and what they do. With the batter thing, I think it's going to piss a lot of batters off, because there's going to be a lot of strikes called within that 8-second rule, because they're so used to adjusting their gloves or
just doing this and that. After the 8 seconds.
What up, Hollis? Hit the link
Hollis?
and join us, brother.
Hey, Hollis.
Got to do
so
a
there's
couple.
probably going to be a lot of hey, Hollis, what's up, man? I sent you a link if you want to join us. Anybody else? I'm going to post it again here in the chat. You're more than welcome to join us for the conversation. We still got a bit to talk about here, and but yeah, that's my thoughts on it.
So if the batter goes into the box within the 8 seconds but steps out, it calls timeout. Does it reset all over again?
Does it reset, or on the rules it clarified up here that 8 seconds. Let me see. They must be in the box and alert by the 8 second, unless they call time and maybe the umpire grants it. I'm not sure how that's going to work yet. They didn't really clarify.
If they do, they probably limit them to how many timeouts they could get.
Yeah,
right.
That's what I would say.
And how long is the timeout for?
Right. Yeah, it's a lot of managing.
There's too much BS with it.
Yeah.
Here's another point to that. If a third pickoff attempt is made, the runner automatically advances one base if the pickoff attempt is not successful. So if he throws the first base 3 times, he's going to automatically get second. If he doesn't get it.
They're going to consider it a balk.
Yep.
Yeah. That I think is absolute BS.
Yeah.
So if you could fake them out 3 times, you get a base.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
If you don't get caught running back to first, you get a free base.
But the guy's going to still automatically after you thrown out there 3 times. You can't throw.
Yeah, I was just gonna. That's what I'm thinking.
Right, you can't throw over. You're going to take such a big lead because you can't throw over to pick them off.
Yep.
Yeah, I do not like that rule at all.
Yeah, that was one.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if pitchers get smart somehow and take rules from one situation and try to benefit off that on another situation. For example, to extend their pitch time, let me go ahead and fake a pitch out to first. If there's somebody on there, that'll give me a couple of more seconds.
A real good point, though. The pitcher can only throw over so many times, but the catcher can still pick you off at first if you take that big lead.
If the catcher can actually,
you got a catcher with a good arm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's going to be pitch count situational too. They got, how many strikes on them already and so on and so forth. And you could be giving up a pitch that's going to potentially give you in a stickier situation.
Because, right now, we don't even have many good catchers out there except for Jose Trevino, who's the first Yankee to get a platinum glove.
You want Gary Sanchez back?
No. You can have him.
No.
You can have him.
What's up, Hollis? All right, so next we're going to move on to the second one, which I find, I kind of like this one in ways, and because in a lot of ways it kind of ruined baseball for me a little bit, and that's going to be the shifts. Now, it doesn't say getting rid of shifts, it just says shift limits. Mm-hmm. So on the points of this, it says the 4 infielders must be within the outer boundary of the infield when the pitcher is on the rubber. Infielders may not switch sides. In other words, a team cannot reposition its best defender on the side of the infield. The batter is more likely to hit the ball. If the infielders are not aligned properly at the time of the pitch, the offense can choose an automatic ball or the result of the play. So they're going to have a choice in that, which is kind of weird.
That's not going to slow down the game at all, huh?
Yeah, I was going to say,
right?
You have the pitch count that's supposed to speed up the game, and now you're going to do that to slow down the game. So it's just going to equal out.
I agree with Steve, though. I sit there and like this rule. All you got to do is be 2 on each side to start off with. You know what I'm saying? Once the pitch is gone, they can automatically, kind of move over a little bit, So I like it, actually.
And I know Joey Gallo was pitching a fit about this. It's kind of hard for him to get ahead.
He's got to blame it on something.
Yeah, because, how I interpreted his gripe was the league is discriminating against left-handed hitters because you always shift for your left-handed bats or whatnot. Dude, that's
hit it the other way.
Exactly. It's not that hard. But exactly. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't mind the shift. It's just that whole time-wasting thing of, well, you have a choice of this or this. So now you're going to be sitting there confabbing with each other. What's going to work out best for us wasting time?
Right.
Just have it set a solid rule. Bam, that's it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I don't mind the shift. That's fine. Whatever. Yeah. 2 on this side of the base, 2 on this side of the base. That's fine. Whatever.
Because I'm pretty sure the switch hitters don't have issues with that when they have to face a right-handed pitcher.
Yeah.
You go. Hollis makes a really good point there. It will expose the infielders that can't hit the holes. So you're right.
Maybe those infielders need some more time in the minors to get better.
Yeah.
Touche.
Good point.
Yep.
And also the last point on this rule change that says this rule does not preclude a team from positioning an outfielder in the infield or in the shallow outfield grass in certain situations, but it does prohibit 4 outfield alignments. So, I mean, I don't think it's going to be that big of a change. I mean, it will be, but then it won't. But I don't know. We'll see how it shakes out, I guess.
It wasn't used that crazy amount anyways. So.
No, just for certain players,
Yeah. Well, yeah, your guys that are only strictly pull hitters, I can see why you'd want to do it.
Yep.
But you know what? I mean, honestly, keep doing the shift. Make that pull hitter learn how to hit to the opposite field.
That's what.
When I played baseball, I had to learn. I was a strict pull hitter, and it took me months to learn to hit the opposite field.
It seems like Larkin is the Mr. Miyagi of baseball.
Inside the park home runs.
That's gonna be my comment. These guys getting paid $20 million. They can't hit left to second base when nobody's over there.
And Larkin says it really just takes the second baseman out of the right field. Yep.
Yeah.
And so here's a question for you guys. Who had the most stolen bases this year in the league?
Marte.
Yeah, I think it was Marte.
Marte. Okay. So this next one is probably the biggest one for me.
Bigger bases
is the bigger bases. Now, what they're going to do, they're going to go from 15 inches. That's what it is now. To 18.
Yeah.
And the home plate's not changed. It's still the same thing. Now
that's an advantage for Altuve because that's just less money. That's just less for him to run.
Yeah, buddy.
This is true.
I don't like.
What I want to know is what the heck's the point of the bigger base?
It's more safety.
More safety measure, especially for throw down to first.
People get stepped on, stuff like that. I like it.
And then at the same time, with the 3 inches, a lot of the slower runners, their chances of actually stealing that bag increase a little bit.
Well, pair this rule with the other rule of only throwing over 3 times.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to get a ton of stolen bases.
I wouldn't be surprised if Judge leads the league in stolen bases next year.
Well, I was going to say somebody's going to beat Ricky Henderson's record.
He belly flops. He's already down. He's already halfway.
And nobody's going to steal 140 bases.
Yeah.
Right.
But I can see somebody getting close to 100 again, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that would be a thing,
A-Rod
too.
Especially.
If somebody comes close to breaking Ricky's stolen base record, that's going to be controversial.
Mm-hmm. Because Ricky did it with the other size bases. They're doing it with the bigger bases.
Yeah.
I still don't think anybody's going to come close.
I don't either.
Well, not right now. Maybe not in our lifetime, but every record was made to be broken.
Well, and with the following year, they'll probably make the bases 30 feet closer to each other.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if 5 years from now somebody takes a crack at DiMaggio's hit streak.
Huddle Cards, you're more than welcome to join us, sir, if you'd like.
There's been
one I think someday might get broke.
Really, really fast guys that played the game, but never was a great hitter. You got to think Ricky's a top hitter of all time, too. He wasn't just a great base stealer. He was a great darn hitter, too.
Yeah. So I think he was the greatest leadoff hitter in baseball history.
And again, back then in Ricky's time, the game was different.
Yeah.
The game's just not about stealing bases anymore.
Yeah, the game was more aggressive back then. Yeah. Now it's
you can
more,
slide feet first into cleat first.
Yeah, man, I'm really excited to see what's going to happen with that. I mean, it's going to change the game, I think, big time.
I just want to see Altuve on second base with the new bases once.
Yeah,
see how he looks standing on it.
Oh, I think the only other one that could have a chance at Ricky would be J-Rod if he keeps healthy.
Yeah.
Could you imagine Billy Hamilton though? If they had bigger bases back, I mean, he was stealing bases like crazy. I mean,
well, hell, you'll have Vogelbach with like 40 or 50 stolen bases.
We might get a 40 guy.
Still needs the oxygen bottle.
Yeah, I don't need that, but
poor guy. But so I'm going to open it up to you guys in that's streaming with me here and people in the chat. You guys, what's your biggest questions of the off season? You guys feel more than free to share anything, any thoughts you have, and then I have something else here toward the end to share. But you guys open it up.
There is one thing I will say I wish they would get rid of is putting that man on second base.
Oh, the ghost runner.
Yes.
Yeah.
The extra inning rules. Get rid of that crap.
Yeah, what happened? Steve brought up a good point earlier. Steve Rodemacher, if he's still here, is bunting. Come on, guys, bring back the damn bunt. That was exciting. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying.
Nobody knows how to do it anymore. That's why.
No,
I've seen a lot more of it this year though than the has been.
And there was power hitters doing it too. I see Soto do it quite a few times, and I'm like, Soto's a fast runner, but my say is he could not run. Yeah, bunt the ball against the shift. I agree.
Yeah.
Did they get rid of the extra inning?
Was that what? Times.
I don't think.
I think that's what I brought up.
Yeah, I don't think they got rid of it yet. I think that's going to be a permanent thing. Oh, wait a minute. Joe Mansman says the extra runner is gone this year. So I don't know. I guess we'll have to see. I haven't read anything about it. I haven't been keeping up with baseball here lately, though. But
and what do you guys think of computerized umpires?
Hate it.
Anything to get rid of Angel Ruiz, I think it is.
Hernandez.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anything to get rid of him.
That's it.
Yeah, we'll still be here, Huddle.
Yeah, I think the umps this year were horrible, all over the place.
There was one or two really good ones, and the rest were And then there was Hernandez and a couple other.
The thing is, it takes away from the game again. I mean, it's just you're taking away the human aspect of the game again.
Yeah.
If
you'll never see another Joe West, but
right.
If you want to do like they do in tennis, where they give you like 1 or 2 replays per set or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry. Honestly, get rid of the replays too. Just get,
it's not football.
Play the dang game the way that it was made.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, that's the one thing. These calls that are made, and it's a fraction of an inch that they're calling because of replay is so good now. I'm like,
it does kind of work out.
Yeah, I'm like, but that would never have been called. But you go back to the old time though, the around the bag out. You never really touched the bag though. There are spots for it, but some of it is way too critical.
Right. No, Steve is saying the computer can't check some for a substance in their pants or behind their ears.
Yeah.
We'll just stop checking for it.
So I think as far as my opinion on the replays, I think the home run replay, I think we should keep that. And also I think maybe, stay safe and out on bases. I think we should keep that. Now, all the other like petty crap, yeah, get rid of it. I mean, for the main stuff, that especially in like playoff games, yeah, keep that because I think that's cool. But as far as balls and strikes, just –
I saw a video today. It was of Jason Dominguez, and they had the robot umpires, and the pitch came in, and he challenged it, and he won because the computer said, nope, that was a ball.
Okay.
The tennis, they immediately show it on the replay screen, and it's found out in 3 seconds. It's not like a long, drawn-out replay like other replays are. So I don't think it'd be that critical of a deal if they give them like 1 per inning or something like that. Just
right.
It's got to be very limited if they're going to do it, or otherwise just keep it all out altogether, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's what I saw because it was the computer. They just put it on the big screen, and it showed it there. You don't have to go back to New York to get a ruling or anything. It's just by the computer. But I don't know how many challenges you get.
Yeah.
So Will Voggs asked, what do you guys think about the class with Mattingly, McGriff, Murphy, Bonds, Clemens, and others?
Here's my dream. If we can get Bonds, Clemens, and Schilling in, that increases the chances for A-Rod to get in.
Now, out of that list, who's voting for that, and is there a guarantee somebody's getting in?
Isn't that like
It's a
senior
players
list
committee
or whatever?
It's a player.
Yeah.
No, it's not the veterans committee. It's a players committee.
It's the players committee. They still have to get like 75% vote though.
How many players and then who's voting is going to be the key here.
Right. Right. I would like to see Mattingly and McGriffin.
Yeah,
definitely Mattingly. Definitely Mattingly.
And I
agree with definitely as well. I think
McGriff, absolutely.
And I'm like John. I think Clark should be on that list, but he's not.
Jeremy's saying that the extra inning runner rule for next season is undecided, so that's still up in the air.
Yeah, I'm actually reading that now that Manfred is likely to keep it for next year.
Manfred's an idiot.
Yeah. But now, in regards to the normal standardized Hall of Fame eligibility, I'm looking at the 2023 eligibles. It's funny.
Yeah.
You got Beltran, Matt Cain, Jacoby Ellsbury, Andre Ethier, John Lackey, Mike Napoli, Johnny Peralta, Francisco Rodriguez, Huston Street, Jared Weaver, and Jason Worth.
I'm not voting for any of them.
No.
Beltran, a 3,000 hitter.
Yeah, Beltran, I think it would be okay.
Does he have 3,000 hits?
Did he get it?
Yeah.
All right, then Beltran.
And who was the rest of the
get
guys
in trouble
on
for
that list?
juicing though?
I mean, he was a part of the 2017 Astros too.
Yeah.
All right, so
He'll be in this player committee.
12 out of 16 votes. But who's the 16 people voting?
For what? The bonds committee?
Yeah.
Oh, well, good question.
Last year they voted in a Twins player I never thought would ever get voted in, so I don't hate on this committee. They voted in Oliva last year.
And Tony,
I'm pretty sure in the next couple of years you're going to have a special guest Hall of Fame wing like the WWE has.
like Joe Mauer,
right?
Big D.
Hey, what's up, buddy? I like that one. Tony
That is
O.
nice.
Yeah.
I just TTM'd him his rookie card. I can't wait to get it back.
Oh,
He's
sweet.
a really good returner.
How much does he charge? I need to send out.
Free, but he'll personalize them. If you want a non-personalized one, it's $40.
40 for a rookie card. I'll do that.
Ethan's got a good thing too. Put Pete Rose in.
Pete Rose, yeah.
So one of the voters for that bonds committee is the actual director of the Hall of Fame.
Wow.
Yeah, and I mean, because his name is all over the Hall of Fame already.
Just if they're gonna just give them a special wing or something, say, look, these guys didn't get on this, but here they are.
Yeah. There's no room for a special wing.
No, there's the attic, but
To me, from a lot of people on Rose, I've heard a couple of people sit there and say they're gonna wait till he passes away. They don't want to give him the thrill of getting in while he's.
I'm sorry, but that's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, it is.
Well, I mean, honest, and all you guys know, I'm a diehard Sox fan. I'm not a Cub fan whatsoever. But how long they waited until Ron Santo got in? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
And so the same thing with Rose, man. That's a load of bull. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
And on top of that, I mean, all of his gambling was as a manager, right? Not as a player.
Yeah.
He never bet against his own team.
Player.
No bet for his team. That's correct.
Yeah. It's absolutely absurd.
Now, the only thing with the contemporary committee, though, that could probably hurt them, too, is they still got to meet that 75% criteria.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
I think Mattingly has to get in this time, then.
Mattingly definitely would have to get in.
He's got to be 100% out of those 16. I mean,
if he does get 100%, he'll be the second one compared next to Rivera.
Right.
Yeah, but Mariano Rivera got 100% out of all 9 million votes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
16.
So, I mean,
which don't get me wrong, I think Mariano Rivera is one of the best relievers ever, but there is not a person on earth that can tell me he deserved 100% over Babe Ruth, Ty Cobb,
Yeah, like unanimous. Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
That's just stupid.
Yeah, Mariano Rivera. Definitely. I agree with that.
Hey, Mike.
What's up, fellas?
I mean, I'm okay with him getting 100% if those other guys got 100%. But you cannot tell me that he deserved it more than everybody else that's in the Hall.
Jack Robinson.
Exactly.
I totally agree.
But now the only thing is, this
absolutely
committee is actually a lot smaller than the baseball writers. So I was looking at the criteria. The committee, Bonds, for example, all he needs is 12 people to say yes.
Right.
And I think it's what, like somewhere around 20, 22
Now,
in
how
the whole
often
committee?
is this committee going to be going?
How long?
No, how often? Is this an every year, every 2 years, every 4
No, I
years?
think it's every 4 years.
It's every 4 years.
Okay.
Yep.
He might. Now, are they capping it like a maximum? Because like in the NFL, they have, a maximum this amount of players gets in and that's it. Or can all of those guys get voted in?
Larkin said the Hall of Fame committees are only every 3 years.
And Larkin is also putting in who's on that panel right now, too, I think.
Oh, wow. Oh, Dombrowski. Heck yeah.
Yeah, let me put it up there.
With the White Sox.
Yeah.
Oh, take Terry Ryan off that list right now.
Go. Any of those players pissed off one of those guys, they ain't getting in.
Bond should have got in on the normal vote.
Yeah.
There are plenty of cheaters in the Hall of Fame.
Currently, yeah.
Cheaters, wife beaters, alcoholics.
Gaylord Perry, is a known cheater who actually admitted to go ahead and cheating also.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the whole PD thing, man, what about the Reds and the Greens that were in bowls in the locker rooms for guys to go ahead and get and everything? So the whole thing, it's a bunch of, I mean, you know what? You don't know who was and who wasn't. They all just
yeah. Well,
it's not even the Hall of Fame anymore. It's the Hall of Very Good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You think about it, though, every era and everything has their separate category. There's something about every single era.
Yeah.
And you can't compare this era to this era because it's not the same.
I mean, this era, no team has yet to throw a game. Nobody is voting betting against their own team.
Okay.
So, I mean.
Well, maybe the Nationals.
Well, yeah.
It's possible. We might have.
Because, I mean, nobody's pulling another Black Sox scandal 2.0 or anything like that. I mean, they just I think the writers just their heads are so inflated with their ability of writing history.
Control.
Oh, yeah. Well, look at Shoeless Joe Jackson.
Yeah.
And it's even proven that he didn't take any money.
Yeah. And the numbers he put up.
He couldn't read or write. I mean, come on.
Same thing with Buck Weaver. On that same team, same thing with Buck Weaver. And he needs to be in the Hall, too.
I like Jeremy's question there. Do y'all think possibly the next Hall of Famer to get a unanimous vote might be Ichiro or Pujols?
No.
Question.
Well, Ichiro, I don't even think they're going to have him eligible because of his Japanese time.
Well, he hit over 3,000.
I was going to say, he still did remarkable things in a short time.
But
he will. What happened was what delayed it was when he came back for that little bit when they played in Japan, and he re-signed with Seattle just to play those games in Japan. So it started it restarted his retirement.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Oh, okay.
But I think both of those players does have a legitimate shot of getting a unanimous vote.
I don't think either of them will get unanimous.
No,
one hater.
Going back to Rivera, you going to tell me he deserved 100% over Derek Jeter?
He'll be another Jeter. And Jeter was
Look, I don't mean to say anything, but if they couldn't agree with the first set of guys to go in, none of those guys got 100%. How many really actually deserve it? If Babe Ruth can't get 100% of the vote, how many players really should?
Back then, there's more politics for surely.
Oh, heck yeah.
Honestly, it's a popularity contest. That's all it is.
Heck, a manager back then shut down a whole World Series and said we weren't playing it just because of politics. They didn't like one guy,
Yeah.
What I don't know if you mentioned I had to step away. What about the letter Pete Rose wrote to Rob Manfred?
Did you read it?
Yeah.
I don't think what these commissioners. If it didn't happen and they watch and on their watch, they need to let it go.
Yeah, we're gonna touch on that one. I got something big about that as well.
Because I mean, he could have been in the Hall of Fame over 20 years ago, give or take.
Yes.
Yeah, easily.
I mean, come on. It's
30.
And Ethan makes a good point. They'll probably won't enshrine him until after he's underground.
Yeah, that's what I said earlier.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
You don't want to have this man enjoy life saying, "Yes, I'm a Hall of Famer."
Exactly, that's what it is.
Yeah,
I mean, the Hall is no longer the Hall; it's now the Hall of Mediocrity since Chipper Jones got in there.
You're not wrong.
I got to rough you a little bit.
Like I mentioned in Adam's stream, man, I'm a diehard Harold Baines fan, man. I got well over 1,000 cards of him. He don't deserve to be in there. I love him to death. He'll go down as one of the top 5 best designated hitters, but he don't belong in there at all.
I can
definitely needs to change the name.
I can name 5 real quick that's better than him.
And I bet you most of them play for the Braves.
No, Martinez, David Ortiz.
David Ortiz, you mean the cheater? Oh,
yep.
Yeah, okay.
But he's in the Hall.
Yeah,
because he admitted it.
Let's go ahead and change Cooperstown name to the Hall of Many Participants.
The Hall of Everybody Gets a Trophy.
Yeah.
It is a cool place to go if you've never been.
It is.
It's worth
It is.
It's worth
it
going.
I went
is.
this year again. I'm only 45 minutes away.
I just go over there just to see all the old stuff that they have there. I don't care who's in there. I just want to see all the old stuff.
Heck yeah, man.
Stuff they used to play with and the games and the gloves and all that kind of stuff is what's neat to look at.
Oh, yeah. How anybody stayed safe back then, I have no idea.
I know, right?
So we're going to take a look real quick here at some of the off-season signings so far. So I guess today we had reliever Montero, and the Astros agreed to $34.5 million. We also had Clayton Kershaw, and the Dodgers agreed to 1 year. The deal is looking to be around $20 million.
Yeah.
And G-Man Choi to the Pirates. We touched on that a little bit earlier.
Yep.
Nick Solak to the Reds for cash considerations.
And the Mets are keeping the Trumpets in New York.
Yep. Edwin Diaz, $102 million contract.
The highest for a reliever.
Paying him until 2042.
He's the first reliever to get a 9-digit contract.
Wow. That's going to be exciting.
And the Nationals didn't sign anybody.
No.
The guy who owns the Capitals and the Capitals and the basketball team, whatever they are now, he is the lead runner. What's that?
Are they still selling the team?
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy who owns the Capitals and Wizards is the lead runner to buy them.
Oh.
Ted Leonidas or whatever his name is. I do not know when the winter meetings are.
December, I think.
Yeah, it should start like second week of December, maybe.
Something like that, yeah.
We need to trade our general manager.
Well, Montero going back makes a ton of sense. I mean, I think he was the one reliever there who was eligible. So basically, you bring that whole bullpen back. I mean, man, it puts them in a great place, unfortunately.
I think we have a better chance of scoring good players for the team with a trained monkey.
Okay.
All right. So, as promised,
I know with Trout's big contract. Do you think the Angels even think about trading him somewhere to get a chance at the playoffs?
Well, I thought there was a rumor that the Angels were up for sale.
Marino's thinking about it. He hasn't decided yet.
Donald Trump purchases the Angels.
That's what I heard. I mean, I can see. I mean, you know,
make baseball better again.
Oh my God!
Yeah, baby. Let's go. The new commissioner of baseball. There we go. That would even be better.
Oh,
I mean,
the thing with Trout.
Pete Rose would get it immediately, and then
he'd be the commissioner, man.
Okay, so Larkin just posted what he thinks is the current committee. You got Rod Carew, Fergie Jenkins, Mike Schmidt, John Esky, Bud Selig. Oh, hell no. Ozzie Smith and Joe Torre.
Yeah, I think that's correct.
Well, if Bud's going to be on the committee, ain't nobody getting
those
in.
Executives. I've never heard of any of them, though.
John Sherholz was the Braves guy.
Kim and
Kim Ng, I know. I've heard.
Yep.
Kim Ying, she's with so the media and the executives there's a current. Mm-hmm. I don't know. The thing with Trout is if they were seriously going to consider trading him, it's got to be within the next year or two, because after that, people are going to think, hey, you know what? They may think his value will go down because they'll look at him and saying he's just getting older. We missed a couple of good years. If they would ever think about doing it.
Because Trout is what? He's over 30 now, is he not?
I think he is 30.
I think he is like 30.
I think he is 30.
Right. So to me, I think there's not that many suitors for him who can afford that guy other than maybe 2 to 3 teams.
I can name 5 teams possibly.
He's 31.
It's 31. Mets, Yankees, Boston, Dodgers, and then who?
Padres.
Padres would be the other one.
Yeah, the Padres has got enough
Rangers
players. Or
well,
whatnot.
but don't forget, nothing says that they can't offer to pay part of the contract like they do.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Exactly.
Because right now,
you may get
if San Diego was interested,
yeah.
If San Diego was interested, they haven't committed to Soto yet.
Nope.
And I'm sure if they was to pick between Trout and Soto, they're going to take Trout any day of the week.
Yeah, but I don't know. That is still in California, though.
Mm-hmm.
I think Trout's kind of like a family guy, too. He's not going to want to move far, so it'll have to probably be the Dodgers or the Padres. So that makes kind of sense y'all said Padres, because I think he's going to want to stay close to home, too, though.
Well, but he's a New Jersey guy.
Yeah, that's why he said he'd like to finish he wants to finish his career in Philly, is what he said. He stated that a couple times.
Oh, did he? I didn't hear that.
Yeah, I don't disagree, Ethan. I don't think
he wants to ruin his Hall of Fame chances. Is what you're saying.
I think
Yankees will take Shohei.
Shohei's going to get dealt.
We'll take Shohei.
Yeah, I thought he got re-signed.
He did
for a year.
Yeah, only a 1-year deal. I
think
think
next year then.
They will trade him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, Shohei don't even want to go to New York either.
That's not true. No, I'm just kidding.
You know, he fails to realize he goes to the Bronx, just jump on the train. Chinatown is right there.
I know this past year the White Sox.
No. Chinatown is closer to the other New York team, isn't it?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, but that team doesn't matter.
It don't matter. I mean,
wait,
you can still go to Chinatown.
Isn't it Japanese? That would be like conflicting.
I don't have my eye chart with me there,
That's
John.
all right.
over here.
Hey, don't forget, during this past season, the White Sox actually checked in on trading for Ohtani. I wouldn't put it past them to do something in the next year or two.
Don just came in saying that the winter meetings kick off December 4th.
What's up, Don?
I'm pretty sure Ohtani's going to go to the Cubs.
Really?
That's the whole team for him.
That'll make you happy.
All right, guys. So I got about 15 more minutes left here before I got to get rolling. But I wanted to bring up one thing we've all touched on a little bit tonight was Pete Rose. So I want to bring up something here. And I listen to this podcast. You know, I'm a Reds fan, avid Reds fan. So I listen to Locked On Reds all the time and then a couple other ones. But so they brought this point up last week, okay? Still, you know, Manfred's still not budging on letting them into the Hall of Fame. But and a lot of stadiums are doing this now, especially there's football stadiums. I think Heinz Field, whatever, Acrisure Field, whatever, in Pittsburgh, they allow sports betting. They actually have a sports betting place in the stadium. So
FanDuel.
now FanDuel, Great American Ballpark is actually putting a sports betting facility in the stadium next year, or what they're working on it right now.
They should have Rose manager.
Yeah, they should. Yeah, exactly. Rose should be manager. I mean, what's the difference? Okay, it's actually legal now. It wasn't like Rose was betting against the Reds, and like I don't get it.
Well, there's some states that have laws forbidding, gambling of stuff like that. So, I know there's some kind of rule like that in Florida where you jump on a cruise, you go out a couple of miles out, it's open game for gambling.
Yeah, international waters.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I live on the Mississippi River. They do that riverboat.
So I mean,
they're fun.
that could be a factor in it also.
Right. So I mean,
the
all
Blue
of us
Jays
here can agree. I'm pretty sure like 90% of us, 95% of us here can agree that Pete Rose belongs in the Hall of Fame for sure. Okay.
No, yeah, without a shadow of a doubt. I mean,
but what do you guys think about this sports betting they're actually letting into the ballparks now? Like, I mean, what's the difference?
It's going to open up Pandora's box.
Honestly. Well, the thing, I'm all right with it as long as it's for the fans, not the players, to be doing the betting.
Yeah,
because then that affects what's going on the field.
Yep. Because then that's going to determine the outcomes of games and who is selected to win the World Series.
Fans, cool. Go ahead, rock on.
But you got to also think about it in the shadow this way. Okay, we all have these, right? So in the locker room, these players can bet on any of those apps they want. There's no difference. Like, they're not going to get in trouble for betting on FanDuel.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah, they will.
All that's trackable, but they're going to have dummy phones or whatnot, dummy cameras.
Burner phones.
Yep.
So I guess they could just make a clause in any contracts going forward. If you're involved with any type of online betting by any means, that's grounds for no paid suspension for however long they determine.
Well, ban you from baseball, and you can't get in the Hall of Fame.
Calvin Ridley, Atlanta Falcons. That's what happened to him last year. He got caught doing FanDuel, I think, or DraftKings. Boom. This entire season suspended. Yeah. No pay.
All Sticks, right. Honestly, pros should not be able to bet, period.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Money.
Well, the truth of the matter is, look, but we know one thing. You're not going to stop it because how deep do you look into that person?
Right.
Right, my cousin. Okay, so I'll let my cousin bet for me. I mean that's the bad part. About the whole thing. I don't know. You have to look from a standpoint of is that how do you regulate it? Who's going to watch? If Aaron Judge sets up an account, if Jacob deGrom or anybody sets up an account. What are they allowed to bet on? How do you regulate it? Okay, you're allowed to bet on anything except your own team or the team you're playing against. I mean, I don't. How do you have that much time?
Are they allowed to bet on other sports?
Yeah,
like
so many variables.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a big issue, and a lot of it. You can't tell me that they. Like if you bet sports, I bet sports. I'm not gonna lie. I play FanDuel all the time. So I play like the prop bets. Oh well, this player's gonna pass for so much yard. You can't tell me that they got it down to a science on how many yards this guy's gonna pass. Last season I had Josh Allen. Oh well, he's gonna throw 200 yards in this game. I was like, okay, yeah, click, and then he ends up throwing 199.5. Seriously? There's no way, man. So ever since sports betting, all this stuff, a lot of it I think's fixed. Like
the thing with the Rose thing is it's so you said Jimmy's like, hey, if they're doing it now and it's kind of they're bringing the sports gambling in, so is it legal to do? It kind of goes back to the whole Hall of Fame thing with those guys of saying, hey, when they played, it wasn't illegal to use anything. So why are they not being able to go, you know what I'm saying, into the Hall of Fame. I think that that whole thing. I think it said I think it was said before. Something happens in every single era that is different than the last era, so you can't do it that way. I don't know.
To me, the caveat here is they can only do what Pete Rose did. They have to bet that their team is going to win. The most gentlemanly game out there called golf. Freaking Tiger Woods and Phil Mickelson be walking down the greens and sit there and betting all kinds of millions of dollars. And it'd be perfectly fine. PGA knows that this is going on because they even talk about it. They allow it.
That's true.
So why they do that in baseball? Just as long as it's always only a bid or a bet that they're winning.
Right, because the whole thing I think about, if you're betting on yourself, you are anyways.
Yep.
You're playing to win. So, yeah.
Right.
I don't get that. But I got to just think that all this betting, all these places going in these stadiums, that's got to be a slap in the face to Pete Rose, though.
Oh, of course it is.
He'll probably be the first one there playing it. But, that's beside the point, But, it is. It's got to be a big slap in the face. And let the guy in the Hall of Fame, man. He was one of the best ball players. Yep. He deserves it.
Yeah. I don't know. The biggest thing that he has to get over is when they put the piece of paper in front of him, he did agree to sign it. He signed the piece of paper accepting the terms of the deal. That's the thing, man. If but I don't know. I think, I think like it was said in the chat, I think eventually he will get in after he passes away. Then to your point, they don't want him being able to go ahead and say, look, you banned me, but check out this ring I got, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah, touche.
And you're right. You're right, Joe. MLB is sponsored by DraftKings. I mean, it's
so controversial.
It is. It's one of those subjects, man. I don't think we'll ever see him. Or like Ethan and you guys were saying, maybe when he's dead, maybe they'll let him in. But I don't
I'm
think
just saying, if he ever finds out DeGrom is betting against the Mets, he's going to kick him in the nuts.
That'd be great.
He's going to put him right there with Roger Clemens.
There you go.
So I do want to thank each and every one of you for being here tonight. All my buddies here. It's so good to have everybody back together. It just blows my mind. I'm so glad you guys, stayed. Like I said, I had to take a break for a bit, but I appreciate each and every one of you being here.
Yeah.
Next week, I want to do another one. So this is going to be like your episode 2. Love to have you guys back. Every one of you guys are more than welcome. This out there, I do want to take, and whoever is doing the StreamYard with me here, we're going to build a fantasy team. We're going to do a first base fantasy team. Every one of us, I'll make a spreadsheet and pick any. We're just going to have some fun with it. We can pick our pitchers. It can be any player. They don't have to be free agents or whatever. So we're going to kind of build some teams. You guys can play with us in the chat too. That'd be awesome. That's just one thing, and we'll keep you updated on all the signings and everything. Yeah, present players. Yep.
I didn't know if you were going to go back to like dead players also or not.
No, you can't have Honus.
No.
You can't have Honus Wagner on there.
We're going to do current teams.
Let me get my shovel.
You can have Hans Krause, though.
I'll take that guy.
There you go. But yeah, we got had some awesome people in here, Sticks, Ethan, everybody, Joe, Ryan, your buddy Dom. So good to see all you guys back here. Everybody that was here in the chats tonight. All my co-hosts here. Hopefully you'll come back and do another show with me. Mike, it's always good having you, brother. Thank you.
Thank you for inviting.
Yes, sir. My good friend Jason from where are you from? Regina?
City that rhymes with fun.
Saskatchewan. That's my buddy there. But I appreciate you guys. Anybody got anything else before we wrap it up here?
Well, I believe me and you are going to be head-to-head on Adam's channel next Sunday.
That sounds good to me. The following Sunday.
Following Sunday. Okay.
They've already got a lineup for next week that I promised to let.
Okay. What time is that, Adam? That way I can.
It's going to be after 6 Jeopardy.
After 6.
That kind of fluctuates with when he starts or whatnot and so on and so forth. But generally speaking, it's been, I think, 8:20 Eastern, 7 Central.
Okay.
Nice.
That sounds fun, and I'll keep everybody up with an email or something, heads up on when we're going to be doing another live stream. This is my first one I've done in forever, but love to have you guys back. Hopefully you can join, and it'll be a fun time.
Welcome back, Mr. Redbeard.
Let's go. And Chuck, I want to say congratulations again on your engagement, man. That's awesome, man.
Congrats.
Yep, definitely.
But everybody out in the chat, I hope
get your ankle bracelet sized up yet?
We talking to me about that? Oh, man, I don't even like it.
No, she's already.
I'm looking forward.
She's already
to
picked out the ball and chain. Don't worry.
Man, anything she wants, she gets. Man, I already told her.
All right,
Her daughter, I said, Kala, that's her nickname for her daughter. I said, anything she wants, she gets. He goes, you're going to spoil her. I said, that's my job.
That's your job, yep.
Locken wants to know which one.
Locken, that was probably Adam that bought that. Just
Probably.
Oh yeah, for sure. It had to be Adam.
What?
Sending it out to a fifth party through TTM.
Get out there.
With his bony hand and put a pin in it.
Thanks for having us on, Jimmy.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Beast, take us out of here, man.
Stay safe. Treat others how you want to be treated, and God bless.
All right, guys. We'll see you on the next one. Thank you guys for joining us.